بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
What's going to be that next war that you are talking about? Is the target going to be Iran? And I would like to hear your comment about Donald Trump. I guess you heard his famous comment that God saved his life for a purpose, and that's to, I don't know, make America great again. He's a believer, though, but he's these close ties with a controversial group of Christians called evangelists, and I guess you know how radical they are. They are one of those who are actively working upon the doomsday coming. Do you see what's actually his eschatological and political role in these happenings? And is he aware of the political decisions that he makes and the consequences that he's making? Actually, a few days ago, and not only a few days ago, he repeats that almost every day. He repeats that he's going to attack Iran or let Israel do it. It's the same thing. So I would like to hear your opinion about that.
Well, Donald Trump is a man who has a lot of anger inside of him, and he is justified in having that anger. That in 2020, he won the election against Joe Biden, but they stole the election from him. That's right. And I noticed recently Russian President Putin agreeing that Russian President Putin agreeing that Donald Trump, he won the election and that Joe Biden stole it from him. So he has a lot of anger inside of himself. Anger against Joe Biden, against the Democratic Party, against the CIA, which actually helped in the election being stolen, and against the European powers that were all supporting Biden. And so Donald Trump, in his second incarnation, is now bent on revenge. And so this is not eschatology at work in Donald Trump taking swipes at Europe and trying to belittle and trying to embarrass the Europeans. It is Donald Trump's anger inside of him against these people who stole the election from him. They did more than that. Having stolen the election from him, they spent the entire 4 years from 2020 to 2024 trying to put him in jail. Oh, yes. It was the same case with Imran Khan in Pakistan. So many cases against Donald Trump intended to embarrass him, intended to vilify him, intended to ensure that he could never return as President of the United States of America. So now that he has returned, it's revenge time. That's the first way of looking at Donald Trump's intervention in Europe and in Ukraine. Number two, this is sincerely Donald Trump that he wants to make America great again. But the fact is that Pax Americana is in irreversible decline. Pax Americana is in irreversible decline, and Russia has nothing to do with that at all. It is that history is moving in a particular direction, and that direction is one in which a shadow is going to appear with three parts. And we have actually explained that the first part of that shadow is Pax Britannica. And there was nothing Pax about it. It wasn't peace at all. It was blood and injustice and oppression from day one. That was Britain. And then Pax Britannica had to give way to a Pax Americana. And we saw that passage at Bretton Woods. We saw that passage in Suez in 52, or 54, when Jamal Abdel Nasser nationalized the Suez Canal, and then Britain and France and Israel invaded Egypt to recover the Suez Canal. And General Eisenhower in Washington, who was the new American president, ordered the British and ordered the French and ordered Israel to withdraw. And he flexed America's muscles. So we see the emergence of Pax Americana in broad daylight from Bretton Woods in 1944 to Suez in 1954. And now the time has come for Pax Americana to ride out into the sunset. So Trump cannot make America great again. In order to make America great
But
again,
can he make Israel again?
no.
Can he make a great Israel?
The reason why Pax Americana has to ride out into the sunset is because there is a third part of the shadow to appear, and that is Pax Judaica. The reason why a Pax Britannica emerged, the reason why a Pax Americana emerged, was to prepare the way for a Pax Judaica. And when that Pax Judaica appears, perhaps tomorrow Moscow would recognize. I don't think they recognize it as yet, because Moscow does not as yet have enough eschatology. That the reason why a Pax Judaica is going to replace Pax Americana is because the Antichrist will have to stand up in Jerusalem and declare that I am the Messiah, and therefore conclude successfully his mission of impersonation of the true Messiah. But the Russian knows, the Christian knows, and the Muslim knows in the rest of the world of Islam, but I don't know about the Muslims in the Balkans who are so hopelessly brainwashed. Hopelessly brainwashed. But
yes,
the rest of the world of
we'll